Okay, so this is me recording on Facebook. I have to figure out why I can't do a Facebook live. But let me just go ahead and do this at the urging of my nephew Alex. So um, I have on my white post surgery stuff right now because I'm just lounging around in the bed. I can't do a lot of things due to the restrictions, the medical restrictions that I have. So today I have to kind of take it easy. I was up yesterday in a chair a lot and paid for it later on in the evening. But I wanted to come on to succinctly talk about my 40-pound weight loss journey, how I did it eating plant based whole foods, but also to talk about kind of what I've learned since then. So I did the plant based whole foods diet immediately after I was diagnosed with cancer. People would even say that I went straight vegan, meaning I did not eat anything that was produced by animals. So, no cheese, no milk, no butter, no dairy, milk, no processed foods like your mashed potatoes, the stuff that comes in boxes and bags. And I didn't do any of that for 2 months post my after my cancer diagnosis. I incorporated a little of food that was processed, if you want to call it that, around the holidays, like around Thanksgiving and stuff like that. But pretty much as a whole, I was eating plant based whole foods. And so I didn't do anything else other than that because I was taking chemo at that time and still working full time and everything else. So I wasn't exercising. A lot. I would get on the treadmill. I drank nothing but water. So I did not drink any other beverages except for water. I would drink tea as long as it was decaffeinated and natural, meaning I steeped it myself and I would add honey as a sweetener to the tea. Did I drink coffee? I did drink coffee. It was decaffeinated coffee. But mainly I started, really loving tea. So even when I would go to Big B, I would go and get like a cinnamon latte, but but they would use almond milk instead of regular milk. So I just would substitute. So that's the other thing that I learned is that if you like are a cereal eater, you like eating cereals, go for your healthier whole grain cereals, but you have to have some type of milk, right, to have with it. My favorite milk, hands down, is almond milk. I like the vanilla flavored almond milk is a little bit higher in calories than non-flavored almond milk, but I actually like the vanilla, the natural vanilla that's found in almond milk. I've even tried dark chocolate almond milk, which is very good as well. So almond milk is kind of my go-to milk now. I don't like soy milk. I don't like soy at all. It's just not one of my favorites. I've heard good things about soy. I've heard not so good things about soy. It's just I've tasted it. It's just, I taste it as milk. I've tasted it as, the product. And I don't like it. So, and I don't eat processed vegetarian food because to me, that's just as unhealthy as eating processed regular food. So I don't do the whole soy burger, soy hot dog, bacon type stuff. Well, I do eat bacon bits, the artificial bacon bits. I do have like a cheat list. And so my cheat list does include the artificial bacon bits because I kind of like that. I would sprinkle that on like a potato or something else like that when I kind of just want a crunchy bacon taste. But that's as close to the quote soy diet, as I, eating soy as a part of my diet. Um, so since that time, what I have learned is that I'm not total plant-based whole foods yet. I still incorporate lean meat, or what I call unprocessed meat, at times in my diet, just because my body's going through a lot and I need access to a lot of amino acids. And I don't eat enough plant based whole foods yet to be able to capture all the amino acids that my body needs in order to recuperate from the number of surgeries that I have had and the number of surgeries that I continue to go through. I'm recovering from my second surgery already this year, and it's just what was May 2nd now. But my first surgery was in January, and then my second surgery was in April. I have another surgery coming up in June. So I have like a lot of surgeries and a lot of procedures that I have to go through. And so because of that, I have to have a lot of amino acids. And so right now I'm following, it's a stricter diet, but of course it's not 100% plant-based whole foods. But what I do try to do is to choose the healthier options, right? So when I do eat meat, which is rare, because I just don't like the way my body feels when I eat meat anymore. Especially when I'm recuperating from surgery and everything, I feel that my body swells more. I have more pain when I eat meat than when I just strictly stick with just eating plant based and everything. So that's just a personal thing for me. I just don't do well with meat anymore. But when I do eat meat, it has to be like Amish farms produced meat, no antibiotics, no hormones, very lean, grass, vegetarian fed hens, so very, very strict as far as the type of meat that I eat. I do not eat pork. I have eaten pork I had a slice of pizza a couple days ago and it had some pork on it. So, like random like that, but as a part of my like diet, I don't eat pork. Beef, I haven't had beef in a while. I've found alternatives to beef that are just as healthy, and that are not imitation beef. I don't like imitation beef. I've tried the Impossible Burger, for instance. And for people who love the taste of beef and everything, and who like to imitate their food, if they're trying to switch to like a vegetarian lifestyle. So right now they're in the imitation phase where they're trying to find a non meat product that imitates the meat that they eat. Then the Impossible Burger is definitely for you. I tasted it. It tastes just like beef. It looks like beef. It has the same consistency as beef. You cannot tell the difference at all. I don't like it though because I just don't like imitation meat. I don't like anything imitation. So I prefer, if I'm gonna eat a burger, it's gonna be a quinoa black bean burger. And that's just, to me again, the further away from eating processed foods that I can get, the better it is for me. But I know each one of us are on our own journeys. As far as the type of water that I drink, I do have my preferences. I will drink tap water if I absolutely have to and I don't have any other water to drink. I will drink from the tap. But if I had a preference, my number one water product is Life Water. I love, love, love Life Water. My number two is a water called pH 8.0. I've picked it up at Harding's. Um, Basically, any of the water that has pH balance that also includes electrolytes, I like those waters. But as far as taste, I love Life Water and the pH 8.0 waters. Those are my two favorites. I definitely will not drink Mountain Spring or Spring Mountain water. I think that's what it's called. I don't like the taste. It's cheap. The plastic that it comes in is cheap. I don't even know if that's all water. One time my husband picked it up and it had like a slimy consistency to it. So I don't go there with Mountain Spring or Spring Mountain, whatever that water is called. It's the very, very cheap water that you can buy. I don't like it. Um, I already talked about the milk dairy products, almond milk. They also have rice milk, soy milk. So those are your non-dairies that you would want to try. Let's see, snack wise, different snacks, popcorn, unbuttered popcorn. You can salt it with sea salt if you want to, and then you can use a product called Butter Buds. I think Butter Buds are found in like the aisle where your seasonings and stuff like that are, or just ask your grocer where to find it. But Butter Buds, it's not butter, but it's like butter. So it's an imitation butter product. But you can sprinkle that on your popcorn if you like the butter taste to popcorn. Um, I also eat blue tortilla chips. Love them. Make sure you get the real blue tortilla chips, not the dyed ones. If you do get the ones that are dyed, get the ones that they use beet juice to dye the corn with. And then I like take a fresh lemon and I squeeze it over my tortilla chips and I eat it with salsa. If you like store brand salsa, my favorite is Tostitos. You can also go into your fresh food sections, and they usually have fresh salsa that they have made. These days, they have mango salsa, they have regular tomato salsa. So it's really what you're looking for. If you buy the store bought or the jar salsa, again, turn around the back and look at the ingredients. Make sure that you get the one with the least amount of ingredients as possible. So that's why I like about Tostitos, because they have the least amount of ingredients. I'm naturally assuming that there's some type of preservative that's in it to keep it fresh. But pretty much is all natural. So and it tastes good. So that's what I like as far as snacks are concerned. If you like chocolate or if you feel that you need chocolate, dark chocolate is always a good option for you. I don't like dark chocolate, so I do eat milk chocolate when I want it. But I haven't like been craving chocolate, so I haven't been eating it. But when I do eat it, I eat milk chocolate because I don't eat it all the time. So it's not going to do anything devastating to me just because I eat one, Nestle's Crunch bar once a year or something like that. That's not a big deal. Um, let's see. I like vegetables, so I like everything vegetable. I think the only vegetable I don't like is celery. I don't like celery. It's too stringy. So that's pretty much it. But I even like Brussels sprouts. I like beets. I like anything. So I pretty much eat all vegetables. I like to eat my vegetables in salads and bowls. So that's what I do in order to get my meals. When I have the ability to drive, that is, and I'm able to control my grocery list a lot better than what I am right now. I like to make bowls. So I do salad bowls, I do rice bowls, I do potato bowls, anything where I do bean bowls. So anything where I can get the bigger punch in a bowl, that's really what I do to eat my foods. And that's pretty much it. What you find, if your number one reason for going plant-based whole foods is to lose weight, that's going to happen naturally. So find another reason. Your other reason may be that you want to be your healthiest self. You may want to have the ability to think clearer. You will. Meat clogs the brain because it's a mucus that travels through the body. Meat and cow milk products or dairy products are notorious for clogging the body with mucus. And so you will notice once you quit all of that, that you're a lot clearer in thinking. I didn't know that at the time, but I actually thought it was because of the chemo that I was thinking so clearly. And then my mom, who's a nurse in her background's in oncology, she was like, no, chemo actually makes your brain more foggy. So I was like, oh, so it must be because I switched my diet. And that's exactly what happened. Even while on chemo, eating plant based whole foods, I had more energy. Now, of course, you're going to be tired because your body, you have introduced a toxin to your body, okay? But I was not overly tired. I didn't have to take, extra naps during the day or anything else like that. I had a lot of energy while I was on chemo and eating plant based whole foods. So, that's pretty much it. To cleanse your body, you don't need to buy all those teas and do some extreme cleansing, ritual to cleanse your body. Just every morning, get up and drink lukewarm or room temperature water. Put a couple slices of lemon in it. Drink 2 glasses pre-breakfast. So this is pre-breakfast, like when you first get up. And sometimes you have to wake yourself up a little bit earlier to do it. But pre-breakfast, drink 2 glasses of lukewarm tap water, room temperature water with real lemon slices in it. 2 glasses. I would do 2 glasses of that, and then I would also do 2 glasses of cucumber water. That was also lukewarm, room temperature. And then I would eat the cucumbers and lemon afterward. So, you don't waste any product that way. And I think that's basically it. So I just wanted to share that with you all. Right now, I'm on the what I call my 80/20, where 80% of the time I'm eating plant based whole foods, 20% of the time I'm not. And I have to be on that right now because I absolutely don't have a lot of control over what I'm eating right now. I'm unable to drive. My husband has to grocery shop for me. He has to cook for me and everything else. And he's very limited in what he can do as far as cooking. He's not a chef or anything else like that. So, I'm limited to eating salads and stuff like that. But because I'm recovering, I have to have a lot of calories. So I do eat like vegetarian fed hen eggs, scrambled eggs on occasions. I do a little bit of cheese, but not a lot. Um, so, as far as a consistent part of my diet right now, the 20% is definitely the eggs, definitely some cheese, and maybe on occasions I'll have a candy bar, but I can't think of having that lately. So that would be all included in my 20% box. And then my 80% is all vegetables and healthy stuff. Because I want my body to have good stuff to regenerate its cells from. Excuse me. And so that's one of the things that I'm intentional about is giving my body healthy fuel, giving my cells healthy things to regenerate themselves from. Because cancer doesn't like healthy stuff. Cancer dies when you introduce your body to healthy things because cancer can't thrive off of that. And so that's why right now I'm still 80/20. When I get a chance to start back driving and going back to the grocery store, I'll probably go to a 90/10. My goal is to be at 100% by my cancer diagnosis anniversary in September, though. So I just wanted to share that with you all. Hopefully you've learned something. If you have any questions, you can always put it in the comment section. But this is my first YouTube recording, and thank you, Alex, for urging me to do it. As always, love you. Goodbye.